Hello jazz guitar fans, I'm Mike Hayes back with more sonic adventures on the guitar fingerboard. This video is part 2 in our series of creative arpeggio studies. In this session we're looking at ways of creating movement with arpeggios. Now we hear our keyboard playing friends do this all the time, but not so much with guitar players. So I'm hoping there's some ideas in this session that you can use to help you develop your own unique style of jazz guitar playing. Anyway, enough of this, let's get started. Let's begin by listening to the sound of a C major arpeggio, played first as a root position arpeggio. That means the note sequence will be C, E, G, and then we'll have a listen to the same C major arpeggio played as a spread arpeggio, which means we'll take the middle note, the E, and play it an octave higher. The interval distance now between the C note and the octave E is a tenth. Let's have a listen to both examples. As you can hear, the spread arpeggio has a really open sound with lots of musical space. In this next example, I'll begin with the first inversion C major arpeggio. That means the note sequence will be E, G, C, and then we'll have a listen to that first inversion arpeggio, only this time played as a spread arpeggio. And the note sequence for our first inversion spread arpeggio will be E, C, G. Okay, time for a quick review before we move on. In this next example, I'll begin by playing a C major root position triad. I'm going to hold that chord for 2 beats. Then a first inversion C major chord. And I'll follow that up with 2 spread arpeggios. The first one developed from the root position triad, and the second arpeggio developed from the first inversion triad. Right then, in this next example, I'm going to repeat the same process, only we'll begin with a second inversion C major triad. The note sequence in our second inversion triad will be G, C, E. Our spread arpeggio version will have the note sequence of G, E, C. Let's have a listen. I'm now going to play a root position C major triad, a first inversion C major triad, followed by a second inversion C major triad. And we'll follow that up with spread arpeggios of those triads. Next up, I'm going to play that C spread arpeggio sequence so you can become familiar with the sound. Alright then, our next project will be to get that spread arpeggio sequence under our fingers and the sound in our musical memory. So let's play the spread arpeggio note sequence around the circle of fifths. Once you've become familiar with the patterns, here's the same exercise played a little bit faster. In this next example, I'm still playing spread arpeggios. The only difference is I'm going to be changing chords every 2 beats. Once again, let's practice it around the circle of fifths. Up to this point, as you know, we've been exclusively working with the C major triad. Let's try working out some spread arpeggios for a C major 7th chord. The note sequence that I like to use for major 7th chords played as spread arpeggios is as follows: 1, 7, 3rd, 3rd, 7, 5. And since I'm referring to C major 7th, the notes would be C, B, E, E, B, G. Now let's extend that major seventh arpeggio a little bit further. My extended note series for the spread arpeggio is 1, 7, 3, 3, 7, 5, 5, 3, 7. And the notes would be, for C major seventh, C, B, E, E, B, G, G, E, B. Let's have a listen. Okay, let's have a listen to that spread arpeggio note sequence. This time I'll play C major seventh, then F major seventh, back to C major seventh. Well, that's it for today, folks. I do hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I hope there's something in this lesson that'll help you develop your own musical style on guitar. If you enjoyed this session and felt you got some value out of it and you'd like to support this channel, there's a link in the description below this video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the good stuff. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like. It really helps us out. Until next time, all the very best with your guitar playing. Bye for now.